This Crestwood Cadet Coach Conversation brought to you by Wilson Custom Tree Service. We're with head coach Justin Denner, and the first round was a long road trip for the Crestwood Cadets, but it was a happy road trip home as they were able to knock off Roman Story 27-23. Coach, how'd you get it done?
Yeah, it was a lot of grit, a lot of determination by our guys. We knew we were playing a really tough team that had been playing really well as of late. Winning the last four that they had played, and the only game they lost in district was no overtime game. So, our defensive line and our offensive line did a lot of great things throughout the course of the game, and we were able to make plays when we needed them on the offensive side, and then get a big defensive stop at the end to seal the victory. But we're so excited, we're so happy for our guys to get another week to play here, and it was hard fought, but something that we felt we were prepared for, and our guys stepped up huge.
And sometimes I think it's an underrated thing this time of year. How much of it is just trying to keep this group together for at least one more week? How much of that is the motivation?
Yeah, we talked about that last on Monday, and we talked about it this Monday too, and that in the regular season, you're kind of always guaranteed to have another game, right? Playing Friday, oh yeah, we get another game next week, and blah blah blah. But we talked, we're like, hey, like it's now a fight to stay together, right? And it's a fight to have another week. And every team's in that same battle, right? So it's not like, where it's something special that we're coming up with or anything like that. They were in the same, boat we were. But it is that idea of, it does mean a little bit more in terms of the playoffs with it being a fight to try and have another opportunity to be together, have another opportunity to step on the field, to be under the Friday night lights. So we don't shy away from that. We talk about that, and we try to embrace that aspect of the playoffs.
And you already credited the offensive line, and these numbers don't get put up without the offensive line. But what more can you say about Aiden Skoda?
That dude is he's awesome, right? And he's worked his tail off, for 4, 5, 6 years, however long it's been, to put himself in this position to have this stuff. And he's the ultimate team player in terms of, we asked him over the summer, hey, can you play quarterback for us? And he's like, yep, sure, whatever the team needs. And he's got a special skill set. We've talked about his speed before, and he's worked really hard to develop that, and done the whole track thing and stuff with that. And but his vision, his ability to gain extra yards, that extra will, that fight, not a lot of people have that, and so forth. And it gives our guys, it gives our team just extra confidence too, right? Like knowing that you're not, what you're going to get from him every single play, right? And that's what you want to be able to have is your leader to be able to give you that. And with us missing Brock last week because of the injury that happened at North Fayette Valley, we knew we were going to have to rely on him a little bit more, and he did a great job, and showed why he's one of the best guys in our area.
And you get a rematch with North Fayette Valley, a team you played just 2 weeks ago. Having a turnaround that quickly with the same opponent, does that make preparation a little easier? Does that make motivation a little easier? How does that work in your mind?
Yeah, I think preparation wise, it's I wouldn't say it's any easier, but it is like something where it's fresher, right? Like every week you got to change stuff up just because of who you're playing, what you're playing, and stuff like that. But in terms of like, oh, hey, do you remember this, this check or this or whatever? It's not as far gone away, as it may have been, a couple of years ago. We played Waukon week 3, and then we played them in, this same round in the playoffs. And it was playing a repeat team, but it had been a long time since we had done that, right? And so it wasn't as of easy, or not, I shouldn't say easy of a prep, or just easy to jog the memory of what we were trying to do. And the difficult part is you have to, as a coaching staff, we have to reduce or limit the temptation to chase ghosts in terms of, oh, hey, they did this last time. may not have worked. This could be a counter that they do, whatever. And then all of a sudden we're trying to chase all of the different things and this and that and whatever. And we end up not being prepared for anything. Right. And so, it's nice, but at the same time, it's very challenging from a coaching staff standpoint because you don't want to overthink things too much with that. As far as our guys go, I know they're excited to head back on the road towards them. And they didn't feel that they represented themselves in terms of what they felt Crestwood football was the last time we played, and they want to be the best version of themselves coming to this Friday. And that's all we ask for. And so, there's no lacking motivation there, which is also, really great, which you wouldn't expect in, a playoff situation, but, it is what it is there.
And I'd imagine just looking how that game went, you were -4 on the give take and you turned the ball over 5 times as part of a simple message this week that if we take care of the football, we can be right there with them.
Yeah. Obviously it's not as simple as in terms of, oh, hey, we don't turn the ball over, we're going to win the game or whatever the case may be. It's more of just that, hey, like we can't have a shot at all if we turn the ball over. They're an insanely good football team. They're playing insanely well. And we're going to have to play, not perfect, but we're going to have to be the best we've ever been, to come out with a victory here. And that in turn means no turning the ball over, no special team miscues, none of those things. And so we were able to, for the most part, play that way last Friday. That's where we were able to, be in the position that we are in now. And it's just going to take, that type of a deal there. But, we also know it's going to be a dogfight. They've got great dudes, a great rushing attack. And then obviously a guy that, Reister, that's, one of the best wide receivers in the state. And so, that makes it really hard to defend. And so, it's not going to be just something, oh, hey, we take care of this and the game's ours. It's got to be a whole, multitude of everything. All 54 guys that will have dress have to do their job.
And as you very well know, this really isn't old school North Fayette Valley football. They're a very balanced attack. Obviously, they want to be physical and run the football up front, but their passing attack is a pretty dangerous one. What makes them so difficult to defend, or is it just as simple as the fact that they're that balanced and that have that many weapons?
The weapons and comment there hits it right on the head. I mean, they've got 3 to 4 or 5 guys that can carry the football, that can do something against you. Their offensive line has played really well all season. And then you throw on the fact that Declan, can throw a really, really good ball, and he can place it and throw, fade balls to, Reister, and they're, right on target. He can throw, there's not really a throw he can't make, which then makes that difficult to defend as well. And, they're not egotistical in the fact that, oh, hey, we're just going to try and, continue doing this, and this. If we take something away, they've got an answer for it, and they're not afraid to go to that answer. And, it's a tough, chore for our defense. But, that's what you get when you play playoff football, is you're going to get really good teams. And, we like to think we're one of those good teams as well. And, that they've got the same kind of chore against us. And, it's whoever can play the best on Friday night is going to come out with the victory.
And I noticed you did run the ball for 217 yards in that game and 5 yards carry. Is it just a case of you're confident that you can move the football against them, but you just got to eliminate those mistakes and finish those drives?
Yeah, and we did a good job moving the football within the 20s. But our first drive, I think, was a 7 or 8 minute drive. We got stopped on a 4th and 1. On a great play by them and a kind of a lack of an execution on our own end. And then I think we were down 14-0 late in the second quarter, and we got inside. I think we had 1st and 10 at like the 13 or 14, and then we had a holding penalty, and then we had a botched snap that turned into a fumble, so forth there. And so, yeah, there was some things that we did, really well, running the ball wise and offensively that, does give us, a little bit of a confidence here and there. But at the same time, we also only threw for 2 yards, so we didn't throw the ball very well. Our guys, we just didn't execute that part very well. And we know, going into this that we're going to have to execute in both phases, rushing and throwing, in order to, be successful wholesalely on the offensive side. And so, it's going to be a challenge for us, but I think it's something that our guys are, up for the challenge on that.
All right. I still see that belief sign over your left shoulder.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We talk about it all week. It's all about the belief within the group, within the circle. So.
All right, Coach, ought to be a fun one in West Union on Friday night. Keep the guys healthy. We wish best of luck.
Appreciate it. Go Cadets.
Justin Denner, head coach of the Crestwood Cadets, brought to you by Wilson Custom Tree Service.